You just got a call set with a recruiter. Here's what to expect, and here's what the recruiter's looking to get out of that initial screening call. My name is Joe Alauji. I've been in the recruitment space for coming up to a decade, and in my experience, there are 3 objectives the recruiter has in this recruiting screen call. This is the same whether they're agency or internal. They're trying to basically get 3 things. They're trying to find out whether or not you're qualified for the role, which is where they ask questions about your background and what you've accomplished. They're trying to establish that you're interested in the position. That's why they ask questions like, why would you want to work for this company, or what do you know about the company? And finally, they're trying to figure out whether or not they can actually afford you, which is why they ask you what salary you're targeting. So if you say you're targeting 100 to 120 and the role is 50 to 70, you just saved a whole bunch of time going through an interview process to know at the end they're not going to be able to afford you. What the recruiter is trying to do is save the hiring manager time. So if 100 people apply, the hiring manager obviously isn't going to interview 100 people, but they may interview 3 to 5 people. So it's a recruiter's job to take those 100 people and get them down to 3 to 5 people. They do this by looking at their resume, looking at your LinkedIn profile, and they're making judgments of how qualified you are before they have the conversation. The people that look the most qualified are the people that they're likely going to screen. And then they'll have a series of questions, and they're going to try and ask every candidate the same questions. They'll then send the notes from that conversation and all the answers that you gave, along with your resume and your LinkedIn profile, to the hiring manager. The hiring manager will ultimately determine whether or not they want to have a conversation. Now, some recruiters may have really good relationships with the hiring managers and may have some sway, and other recruiters may not even know the hiring manager that well, so they're literally more transactional. For example, if someone's worked at a company for 10 years as a recruiter, they likely know the hiring managers well and probably have some influence. If they've only worked at the company for 6 months, it's less likely. Either way, you should know going into that call, they're just trying to find out whether or not you're interested, qualified, and affordable. There's no big mystery there. And then this is the same for internal and agency, although with agency they might have multiple positions with multiple companies they're working on, whereas with a recruiter that's internal, they're only representing one company.